Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. It's another day. Let's see, what are we on today? We are on 102. That's correct, blog 102. Well, let's see, what was I going to do? I was going to look up a song this morning on account my caregiver said something to me. So, let me see. We'll pick up a random search engine and we'll say wake up, give me song lyrics, hush, go to sleep. Yeah, that's the right song, only I don't know how it goes, so I'm not going to sing it. But that's it. I've never heard it before, so I'm not going to waste time listening to it. Not going to waste time listening to it. Microphone off. Yeah, because it would take too long, and then, well, where would we be? You'd be sitting there listening to me, watching me listen to a song so that I could sing the song, and that just ain't right. Not right at all. Not right for me. Not right for you. I'm gonna bring this thing down. There we go. Well, here, let me bring my face up a little closer there. How's that? A little closer to you. Is that a little closer for you? It's a little closer for me, too. I like to be close. It's one of those things. The closer you are, the closer I are, and the closer we are. Well, I had the nurse come in today, and she changed out my catheter. She tried to get some blood out of me, but hey, you know what? I don't bleed easy, so she had a rough time. She got a couple of jabs in me, but we never got to a point where we were getting really anything out. So she got a little bit, and that's all I was going to give up, just a little bit of blood today. I don't know why I don't pump near as much blood as I used to. But then again, back before the accident, I used to pump iron. And when I pumped that iron, boy, I tell you what, it made every blood vessel in my arms all poke out and stick out. Well, I was an easy blood giver then. You could poke me and have blood for a week. Not to mention one of my friends, a friend of mine named Pat Schulte, he used to try to give blood, but he'd always break the needle trying to get it in the skin. He had some tough skin, that's for sure. Well, I remember back when I was a little youngster, years and years ago, I went to a place called the Museum of Transportation, right out here in St. Charles. Well, it's not out here in St. Charles, Missouri. It's out here in Missouri, though, in the St. Louis area. And I went out there, and we went through when I was a little youngster, we went through the we got to go on a field trip, yes sir. And I remembered it well, and I remembered it well enough that we could go up into that there. We got to go through the trains, and as we were going through the trains, they told us little stories about different trains, different cars in the trains. Well, one of the stories went about the gold car. Well, they had told me the story about the gold car, and I remembered that story. So later on in my life, when I was about 20 years old, I guess, I reckon we went back to that there same Museum of Transportation. And whenever we was at that Museum of Transportation, some of the story got dropped off. Well, I was standing there in line, and the feller was talking about the story, and he was telling it pretty well, but he neglected to know exactly what that gold car was and why it was called the gold car. Well, the reason that car was called the gold car was back in the 1800s when they had that train, it was being robbed. And, well, there was some boys playing cards back there in the gold car. Now, they were playing cards, and the train was stopped, so therefore they decided they better look out the windows and see what was going on. Well, they realized the train was being robbed. So what they done was they took all their gold and they shoved it into the potbelly stove. That way it wouldn't be found. Well, now the robbers came in the train and they came back into the gold car where they found all the guys that had been playing cards, and they asked them what they were doing. Well, they moseyed around, mumbled around until they got to the fact where the robbers decided that they had no interest and they tried to rob them, but they didn't have anything on them, so they just shot them and killed them. Well, to this date, that gold is still in that gold car, and it's still over in the potbelly stove. So I walked over to the potbelly stove, and I opened it, proceeded to open it, and I opened it up, and I grabbed that little gunny sack of gold. And I pulled it out, and I started to hand each person out a piece of gold. Now, the employee of the tour guide, that's what they was called. Tour guide looked at me and said, "How did you know this?" And I said, "Well, when I was 8 years old, we took this tour, and, well, that was the story that was explained to me. And I'm going to have to tell you, I think that it's true because on account, this bag of gold is still right over here in this here potbelly stove." Now that piece being said, I put that bag back in the potbelly stove, and I gave that there tour guide a little bit of a learning lesson. Anyhow, the gold wasn't really gold anyway. I'm telling you, it was just brown river rocks, and they had been painted gold. But hey, you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna give your tour, give the whole tour. Alrighty. That being said, also, I learned something about caves back when I was a kid. We used to take vacations all the time back when my mom and dad, we'd travel all across the state, all through the states, but we'd take little trips, camping trips, and, well, we went to a cave dwelling, and the tour guide there was explaining stalactites and stalagmites. Well, you realize that a stalactite is hanging from the top of the cave coming down, and it holds tight to the top of the cave. So therefore it's called a stalactite. Now, there is also a stalagmite. Now, a stalagmite is a formation that is created from the floor of the cave going up, and it might reach the top of the cave at some point in time. But it takes might to hold it, to force itself up. Now, of course, that's not true. What it takes is minerals dripping from the top of the cave down to the floor and creating a mound, which slowly makes the might grow. Now, there are also columns. Now, a column is formed when a stalactite and a stalagmite reach each other, and therefore they are stalactite mites. Now, if the stalactite is longer than the stalagmite, it's a stalactite-mitite. Now, if it's a stalagmite is longer than the stalactite, then it's a stalagmite-mitite. Therefore, you have columns. And that's how they're formed. It's either a stalactite-mitite or a stalagmite-mitite. Stalagmite-mitite or a stalactite-mite. There you go. Depending on which is longer. All right. That being said, I remember back when I was another little youngster. I was a youngster. We went down here to Main Street. And we took all the tourists down through the First State Capitol building. Well, I remember back then we used to get to travel all the way up and down through all the different portions of the state capitol building, and they would show us things such as bunk beds. Well, not bunk beds, but racks. It's a bed, and it's got rope wrapped back and forth across the. I think I explained this stuff just the other day. Maybe I should stop and go back and listen to some of my other tapes. My blogs. Sorry. My other blogs. Alright. Hey, you know what? I think I'm going to be getting myself a surveillance device. That way, when I get to go on down the Main Street and make my travels, my outings, I'm going to be able to record. And that way, I'll be able to come back here and paste stuff together and be able to show you what I see when I go out. That'll always be fun. It's fun for me, and I would hope that it'd be fun for you. Exciting and excitement. Yes, sir, that's true. Let me give myself a little drink of water here. There we go. Mouth was starting to get dry. And if you've been watching my blog for a while, then you know that when my mouth gets dry, I can't talk very well. And so, therefore, I wanted to refresh my drinking mouth. Drinking mouth? Yeah. I wanted to refresh my mouth so the verbal skills would be prominent and still be fluid right out of the tongue. Right off the tongue. Well, let's see. That's only 11 minutes. I would like to sing. Haven't sang in a little while, so I'm going to sing up a song. Don't know what song it's going to be, so let me take a look-see at the repertoire off of a random website. Lyrics for songs by Alabama. Go to sleep. Oh, I lost my thing. Oh, no, there it is. Let me move it out of the way right here. Alright, we'll do this one. Well, you see that mountain over there? I'm going to climb that mountain one of these days. I was born across the river in the mountains where I call home. Lord, times were good there. Don't know why I ever roamed. Oh, Tennessee River and a mountain man, we get together anytime we can. Oh, Tennessee River and a mountain man, we play together in Mother Nature's band. This mountain's kind of done left his throne on the Tennessee River and his mountain home. But I go back, leaving today for my homeland so far away. Driving to Dixie, wasting no time, back to the good life I left behind. Going down the river with my fishing line, climb back up on the mountain by supper time. Oh, Tennessee River and a mountain man, we get together anytime we can. Oh, Tennessee River and a mountain man, we play together in Mother Nature's band. Me and my woman done made our plans on the Tennessee River, walking hand in hand. Gonna raise a family, Lord, settle down, where peace and love still can be found. Oh, Tennessee River and a mountain man, We get together anytime we can. Oh, Tennessee River and a mountain man. We get together anytime we can. Tennessee River and a mountain man. We play together in Mother Nature's band. Oh, Tennessee River. There you go. What do you think? I like it, I like it, I like it. That's probably about it. Yep, that's about it. Alrighty then. Hey, this is Shenandoah Briscoe saying hello and how are you? You know, God loves you and so do I. So be blessed and tune in tomorrow. We'll check you then. Okie dokie then. Alrighty then. Have a blessed day.